Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for Gratitude by Brandon Lake. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel, give this video a like, and comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. Last but not least, if you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do just that by clicking the three dots next to the like button, and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Also, if you'd like more tips on how to tune your guitar or really any instrument, I have my top 8 tuning tips available just for you. Click the link in the description and you can follow the prompts and get that free of charge. All right, well, grab your acoustic guitar and you're going to need a capo today. Let's get started. Like I said, you're going to need a capo. It's going to go on the 4th fret, and we're going to be playing in the key of G to match the original key, which is B. So if I'm playing a G chord, it's actually sounding a B chord, just so you know. All right, so here are the chords you need to know for the song: G, D, E minor, C, and A minor 7. Now there are 2 different ways to play C and D, and I'll explain those in just a moment. But let's start with G. Put your middle finger down on the low E, 3rd fret relative to the capo, which is really the 7th fret of your guitar, and your index finger is going to go right behind it on the A string, 2nd fret. Ring finger and pinky go on the high E and B strings of the 3rd fret, and you get to strum everything. Keep in mind, for the intro, when we're doing our finger picking pattern that I'll explain later, you really don't need to play that high E string. So just keep that in the back of your mind before we get there. All right, next up we have our E minor. You're going to put your index finger and middle fingers down on the 2nd fret A and D strings. You're going to get to strum everything. Now sometimes you can put your pinky and ring fingers down again on that high E and B strings for a more chimey sound. So it's up to you on how you like to play that, but I like to play it that way too. Next up, we have the D chord. We're going to put your index finger down on the G string, 2nd fret, middle finger also 2nd fret, but high E string, ring finger, 3rd fret, B string. Avoid strumming the low E and A strings for this. Now here's how I would play the D chord for the verse. Not this way. I'm going to put it in a traditional C chord shape, bumped up 2 frets, and it sounds really cool. So here's how I do that. Ring finger, A string, 5th fret, right there, really the 9th fret of your guitar. Middle finger, the D string, 8th fret, or really the 4th fret relative to the capo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Index finger, B string, 3rd fret relative to the capo, and I'm not strumming everything because again, this is from the finger picking pattern, so I'm not really strumming it, but keep that in mind. That's how I'm playing the D chord for the verse and the intro. For the C chord, you're going to keep that same shape, but drop it down 2 frets. So now you're close to the capo. Lift off your index finger and drop your middle finger down on that 3rd fret underneath the ring finger. This is on the B string now, and this is what it sounds like. This is the C chord. Now again, that's for the finger picking for the intro and the verse. If I'm playing for the choruses, I'm going to put my middle finger down on the A string, 3rd fret, index finger, 2nd fret, D string, ring finger and pinky, high E and B strings again on the 3rd fret, and strumming everything except the low E. For the A minor 7, index finger, B string, 1st fret, middle finger, D string, 2nd fret, and not playing the low E again. All right, so those are all the chords you need to know. So the biggest thing about this song are really 2 items. Number 1, this note, the B string 3rd fret, because it happens a lot. And number 2, it's the finger picking pattern. Now that is something that is for more advanced players, but I think you can do it and give it a shot. If you're unsure on how to do that, you can watch me, try to follow along. I'll put the chords on screen for you. I'll say them as we go along, and afterwards we're going to dive into that finger picking pattern. All right, here we go. G. E minor, D, C, G, E minor, D, C, G, D, C, E minor, D, G, D, C, E minor, D, G, E minor, D, C, G, D, C, E minor, D, G, D, C, E minor, D, G, D, C, G, D, G, D, C, E minor, D. Get ready to break, G. Come back in, E minor, D, C, E minor, D, G, E minor, D, C, E minor, D, A minor, C, E minor, D, G. Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that tutorial. I am so sorry. It looks kind of strange because my pop filter is falling off my microphone stand, so it is what it is, and we are short on time, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a parent, you can understand, but I don't have to get into detail with that. You can kind of fill in the blanks. Anyway, here are two things that you should probably take away from this. Number one, the basic strumming pattern. It's a 6/8 song, and this is what I'm doing when the choruses are full. Or really, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Very easy, just an alternate strumming pattern, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. There is nothing fancy about that. Just got to be careful that you're making sure you're matching the metronome. If you have a click track, if you're playing on the worship team, this is very easy to get carried away with the 6/8 song. So be careful, make sure your strumming is matching that click. Now let's talk more about the advanced stuff. It's the finger picking pattern, and honestly, it's not that bad, but here's how I'm trying to pull it off. Again, we're starting on a G. And that's E minor, D. So here is the sequence. We've got G, E minor, that C-shaped D chord, and that kind of C2 shape. Here's the sequence starting on G. All right, so if you can't get that right away, a lot of it that I'm doing, and it sounds kind of strange, is more by feel. So I learn by ear, and it's hard for me to explain what I'm doing. So I feel bad. I do a lot of the stuff by learning by ear, and I can look at a chord chart and get the basic chords down, but of course I want to try to match the recording as much as possible. You probably are trying to do the same thing. So here's how I'm doing it. It may not be exactly what Brandon Lake is playing, but it's pretty darn close. You're going to start on that G chord shape, and I'm starting with my thumb, and then my index finger is going to the D string. So it's thumb, index finger, D string, thumb again on the low E, middle finger, G, and then finally that high B string. And that is the pattern. Now I'm going to do those same strings over and over again for the E minor chord. So, and now the D chord, of course, it's going to be a C chord shape. And then the C chord shape, but C2 style. I know I didn't call it C2 at the beginning of the video, but basically that is a C2 shape, even if you don't have your pinky down, because that note, that makes all the difference. So again, that pattern, if you're not playing any chords, you can just practice it this way. Put your thumb on that low E, and then index finger D, thumb again low E, G string, and then finally the B string. And with a chord, and up to speed. And again, it's not exactly what Brandon Lake may be playing, but it's pretty close. And to my credit, if you look up some of these other versions of this song, like the Essential Worship acoustic video, really cool. Not really acoustic because there's an electric guitar player in there, and of course there's electric drums, and there's an electric keyboard, but I digress. The way Brandon is playing is not exactly the way I'm showing you how, and he really has a lot of freedom and liberty to do that. So put that in the back of your mind and take it to heart. When you're doing this as an act of worship, you don't have to exactly play it as the recording, but you want to try to be respectful to the artist as well. So try to do your best with what you got and go from there. And of course, offer your own creativity as you're going through it. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. And of course, if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can do just that by clicking the 3 dots next to the like button, and I really appreciate anything you can give. Also, if you'd like to learn more about how I think about intonation or tuning instruments, whether it be your guitar, saxophone, whatever it may be, you can get my top 8 tuning tips just for free if you click that link in the description below. All right, have a great week. God bless. Bye.